Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of Steelers Dynasty podcast. That was the wrong intro. That wasn't the Joe Rogan intro. I hit the wrong button, but that's okay. But we got a lot of Steeler talk to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on, kind of. And before we start getting into it about talking about the A's to the Z's, I'm bringing in the man who is the host of West Virginia Mountaineer Mafia. He'll talk about it here before we talk a little Steelers. And also, he is a special field correspondent, Shane Stodmiller. Shane, how you doing?
Good. After about a 6-week hiatus, I'm meeting with the West Virginia folks Friday to see if we're going to be doing a show again. I got burnt out, it's tough doing it by yourself, Bobby. You did it for years.
Yeah, you're right. But you interact with people and you build a rapport with them. It's a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully it works out for you. Maybe they'll be like, hey.
It's like Chips, man. You got Ponch and John, Starsky and Hutch. David Hasselhoff had Kit. I mean, I gotta have someone to talk to.
You got Heckle and Jekyll, the crows.
Jekyll.
You got Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam.
Yep.
You got Daffy and Porky.
Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, Pinky in the Brain. Yeah. Abbott and Costello.
Abbott and Costello. Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah. So okay, so Friday you're having a meet with those guys, and you're going to talk about.
I just planned. What happened is I had like a real bad migraine. I did a show. It was complete garbage. It just felt like crap. I'm like, guys, I got to take a break. And then, I thought I'd take maybe a couple months, and here we are. But guess who? Speaking of being a buddy, having a buddy, going out and sharing some time with someone. What about Coach Tomlin? What do you think of that?
Is this what you want me to share right now? You want me to share?
You don't have to share it, but I
can. But here we go. Yeah. He's always wanting to take these rookies out to eat.
I think he just wants to use the expense card. He just wants to use that black and gold card.
Well, I got another thing with him about. No. Yours is good too.
No, because you can read.
Now he's taking the former Alabama quarterback out to eat. Now, is it like a buffet or Chinese or
Wings?
Valley Dairy?
Wings? I don't know.
Didn't he do that? Didn't he do that a couple years ago with that quarterback Willis? Then he was like offering to take him out, and then he took him out to eat, and then then we drafted Kenny Pickett.
You know what I wanted to play on here, and I can't play.
What's that?
It was a meme, and guys, you'll all in the chat, you'll know what I'm talking about. When Clark Griswold in Christmas Vacation gets his check?
Oh yeah, for Christmas.
That's like Russell Wilson negotiating. Like, that's his reaction. He's like Clark Griswold. They had Clark Griswold, but it was Russell Wilson's face, and it was his reaction.
Well, Devil said he's going to get wings with Tomlin next. So, and if he gets wings, Devil, are you getting blue cheese or are you getting ranch?
Both.
Yeah, that way too early. Well, you know what though? Dart has been the speculation for this. Oh, here we go. Number one pick. Speaking of number one, he is number one in everybody's heart and minds. He must.
Burns.
He must have got back. Let me get to Burns' question there. What did he say?
Burns, I can only talk about Rich Rod so much. I did some shows with that. See, I had like really good views. I literally had 260 people in my chat live.
Woo, that's a lot.
I had people calling me from TSA at the rental at different places in Morgantown. It was just becoming a freaking mess. Me trying to figure out who was going to get hired, and it gets to the point where you just feel like you're chasing your tail, and it's not really podcasting. It's becoming a journalist, and I'm not a goddamn journalist. I just like to sling shit and talk shit and have fun.
No. Well, Afton says hi, Burns. Everybody's agreeing that quarterback pick in the first round of 21 is too early. And he says, Devil says only ranch. I like ranch too with my wings. And then Craig from Patton, how's it going? Yeah, Al Bundy. You see all these memes on social media? Every quarterback that's been on every movie and TV show is the Steelers' number one pick.
Uncle Rico's my favorite one.
Well, the dude from The Replacements, and then you had the guy from Varsity Blues.
Yep.
And then, well, I mean, Al Bundy actually got drafted by the Steelers, though. He did. He got drafted by the Steelers. But, hey, I don't know if you know this. I didn't get a chance to tell you, but I put it in the chat. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, we are now, the website is up. You guys can go to www.sportsrival.com. They have a lot of articles being written from the NFL, a lot of stuff with the Pirates. They have the Pirate broadcast on podcast. They have us, Steelers Dynasty podcast. They don't have any episodes yet in there, but they will. They just went live, I think, today with the website. So if you guys are Steeler fans, Pirate fans, you guys want to go to the website, check them out.
I'll pull it up. I'm pulling up right now, Bubba, and I'm going to share it. Okay, for all those kids out there that want to see what this.
And we are part of this organization and family. JT Toth has been on the show. He does a lot of stuff with draft, and he will definitely. There it is. Look at that. That is a nice. I like the color.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Penguins, if you like basketball, if you like sports. This is the website to be a part of, and we are a part of it. If it's not for sports, how would we survive? Man, I don't know. Some people would go into a freakiness if they can't get.
Maybe he's down with me having a West Virginia channel on there.
Well, maybe. Oh, I'm redoing this because it already went up. So.
Chris absolutely. Caldwell. Chris is one of our favorites too.
Give me Paul Crew. Yeah. Oh no, Burns, it was great. Like I said, I don't know if you guys know this, but at every show we do like the shorts. I think Burns with all three of us got like about 3,000 hits last week. So, and he wants Rudolph to start. And you know what? Hopefully this drama with and it, guys, like I said, you can check out this website. You can go and .com and where am I at here with there we go. I like the big picture there. See, you Devil says you had a good show, Burns.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I don't think you're wrong, Swish. I think that's probably gonna happen. But also too, I would like us to get another receiver, Shane. And that was my question I'm going to ask you. Do you think we should get another receiver? Because right now we have Pickens, but I know we talked last night
for free agency.
No, and in free agency.
Yeah, I think they can find one, but and there's going to be some movement here after the draft. But son of a gun, I mean. They have the cupboard's full. I mean, they have a stable of really good athletes. You got Pickens. Is he the number two?
You said last night that you think he might get traded.
I do. I think I would trade him. I would trade him. It's just kind of like, hey guys, I'm going to the prom. So-and-so won't go with me, so I'm going to take.
That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. I tried like 800 goddamn times, and I was like 0 for 20. I had to go. Robbie Mears was dating a girl, Melanie Booterball from Purchase Line.
Yeah.
I had to go on a double date, and Yvonne Blair was my date. Never met her before in my entire life, and I had to go to the prom because my parents wanted me to go. I don't know why. It was a waste of money. She outdrank everybody. She gave me a friggin' hip toss like Taekwondo. It was a blur.
Sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it was a blur. It was a blur. Best heel. I think Burns gets the Roddy Piper Award.
Yeah, he's not like a. Burns was PG-13. He was
PG-13, but he was bringing a little bit of heat. He's bringing a little bit of heat though.
Yep.
Yeah, these quarterbacks. I think honestly, we stay with Mason Rudolph. Okay, we get another. experienced second string quarterback, because Skylar Thompson's not that experienced enough to put him at number 2. And then we draft somebody later down, not a first round pick on a quarterback. Okay. I don't think so. That's just my prerogative. I like to see us get another name receiver. Like we got Scotty Miller. We signed him. We signed Ben. So we signed those 2 receivers. They're good on special teams and like possession receivers. But realistically, it's not to write home about. You know what I mean?
Now, Bubba, I want to ask you a question in the chat. Do I have a problem? Every time I hear Scotty Miller's name, I think of that song Scotty Doesn't Know.
Or wasn't that what movie was that?
I don't know.
Shit.
Scotty
versus the Pilgrim or something, or
Pilgrim versus the World.
Something like that. Wasn't that how it was?
Jesus.
Yeah. Terrible. So let me ask you, Shane, would you take good old Joe Flacco, quarterback number 2?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Larry.
Absolutely.
We're pretty close to the hats, Larry. 350. When we get to 350, you got to watch the show. Yep. You know, Afton said hello. Yeah, we don't need him.
I saw that,
Craig. I'm done. I'm done with all this Aaron Rodgers hoopla. Aaron Rodgers had all these franchises held hostage. He's walking on a beach with his blanket. You know, one foot in the water, saying he's going to retire. 1 foot on the beach. You know,
it's almost like he's menopausal.
Why would you sign to reach? Well, it's only a second string quarterback, Burns. Like, it doesn't pay to get big money for a quarterback. It's going to cost you big money when you need a defensive lineman and some other spots. I would just see us going with that.
Yeah, who do you think we're on? Browns? We have all kinds of money to spend on.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of much money, Burns. You don't want to be. I mean, we just need a second string. I mean, you just need a good second string, proven, experienced quarterback. Skylar Thompson's not experienced because Allen went to the where the hell he go? He got signed somebody. He was it Detroit? Maybe. I
don't know, but I saw a video of Najee Harris being welcomed.
Well,
I'm bringing it up.
He's bad. Well, like we said yesterday, he was bad mouthed in the Pitt facility because this facility is shitty. So He's got a state of the art in Los Angeles.
You went there. It's like going from Waffle House to the Ritz Carlton. You know, Pittsburgh to Waffle House.
And the Waffle House, you don't get good syrup.
No,
I don't know. I've been to the Waffle House one time down south. You said you were bringing it up.
No, I wasn't. I was going to you. But you look at the facilities in the video where he's doing the press. He's doing the presser. He's meeting people. He met with Harbaugh. You know, the facilities it looks like an art museum. It's just gorgeous.
Right.
It's new because the Chargers just moved there. But
yeah. It's just got, the toilets are pristine, Okay, Burns. No, I don't see him signing. I don't see him. I just don't. I don't think he wants to come to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's not going to pay that money. Pittsburgh is not paying
25 million and said that he's not a backup quarterback. So there must have been a conversation there where he thinks that 25 million is backup.
Well, no, that'd be starting money. I mean, Christ, how much money do you need? You figured he'd want to prove something with, being on the Steelers, because the Steelers, besides like Minnesota has the better receivers right now, but Metcalf is a little bit, Jefferson and those guys. The receiving core of Minnesota is actually very good. But I think overall the Steelers team is better than Minnesota. I'm a homer, so that's what I'm going with.
I would agree with you.
And the Giants, there's nothing there for him. It's just a payday, and this has already been 2 weeks, and it's 2 weeks too long.
We thought last week would be everything would be locked in.
Yep. Russell Wilson's still not locked. I haven't heard nothing from that. I'll get you a hat, Larry, when we get 350, and you got to be on the wheel of fun, you know. And hopefully he does that. Now, if he announces, he's got to. I think he does. I think he wants to retire, and he just doesn't know what he wants to do.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like he knows what he wants. You know what I mean?
That's Afton's Magic 8 Ball prediction right there.
Let's pull up the Magic 8 Ball.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
I'm pulling up.
We'll ask it right now. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We are at 335, and that's not my weight because I'm a little higher than that. I mean, I had a blizzard today. No, Flacco's only 39, Burns. We haven't got Winston either. I take Winston just based on interview skills.
Okay, let me pull it up here, and we will ask the Magic 8 Ball a question.
Okay. This is Afton's question. Is Aaron Rodgers going to announce his retirement?
Oh, Magic 8 Ball. Is Aaron Rodgers
Magic 8 Ball
going to announce his retirement? Afton wants to know. Don't count on it.
Ooh, there you go, people. Don't count on it.
Daredevil's right. Flacco tore us apart last year.
Yeah, he did. He that Colts game was terrible.
Okay, Magic 8 Ball. Let's ask him a question.
Okay.
Are the Steelers interested in Joe Flacco?
Shake that up. It's like it's.
You may rely on it.
Ooh. Okay. Sometimes this Magic 8 Ball is like right on.
Yeah, it is. It picked Arizona State to win. We did a prediction on my other show. And we picked Arizona State, who was picked to finish last in the Big 12 Conference of Football, and they finished first. The Magic 8 Ball picked it.
Wow. You need to use that as a sound bite.
Crazy.
Woo.
Unless you're like a sweaty.
This might be a sound bite when we when I do this later and we get all the short snippets.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Let's go to the chat and see if we can.
Any more questions in the chat for the Magic 8 Ball? Oh, here's one. Magic 8 Ball. Will we? Well, you know what? Devils got the same question that I was going to say, so we're going to go with Devils. We need to build a team first, draft franchise. Oh, every year will be a Band-Aid until then, Burns. Oh, he's talking to Burns. Magic 8 Ball. Will the Steelers draft a quarterback in the 21st pick? And then Afton has another question.
Magic 8 Ball. It's going to happen. Cannot predict now. That Magic 8 Ball does not know.
Ooh. Okay, here Afton has one.
That makes sense, Magic 8 Ball, because the Steelers don't even know what's going on.
Oh, Burns got one too. Afton says, will we get a great running back before the season? Magic 8 Ball.
You got to specify, Afton. Do you mean in the draft?
Will we get a great running back before the season?
Okay, we'll ask it that. Magic 8 Ball. Will we get a running back, a great running back, before the season starts?
Draft or free agent, she said.
Draft or free agent. Yep. Ask again later.
Oh. Okay, Burnsy got this one. Will Aaron Rodgers sign with Pittsburgh?
Magic 8 Ball. You heard it. Will Aaron Rodgers sign with Pittsburgh? Most likely.
Oh, my God. Ah, Jesus Christ. Burns says we have a good running back. Oh, here's another one. Devil's got one. Will George Pickens?
I love that one.
Yeah, that's good. Will George Pickens be traded before the draft? Magic
8 Ball. Let us know. Will Pickens be traded before the draft?
Wait, this would be a soundbite if this happens.
Okay, we'll ask again.
Okay, ask
Everybody
again.
needs to concentrate.
Okay.
Ready? Magic
Go ahead,
8-ball. Will Pickens be traded before the draft? Ooh.
Ooh.
Signs
So
points,
dramatic.
yes.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, I think we need to retire the Magic 8-ball. It's getting kind of spooky.
Spooky. Yeah, it's getting scary. Getting real scary. Now we signed some free agents.
Yeah.
Let me get them up here because I actually tried to talk to. Tried to talk to the one on TikTok. Okay, and it was the guy from that we signed from Cleveland. This guy, he was doing a TikTok live, and I asked him if he does any podcasting interviews, and he said no, due to the fact it's got to get through his agent. And he was a former Browns safety, Juan Thornhill. He signed a 1-year contract. He's 29 years old. He has good depth to the secondary, and he started 11 games last year for the Cleveland Browns. 49 tackles. I mean, because they were asking him a whole bunch of questions. So, but he sounds like he was really into it. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're coming from the Browns going anywhere,
that'd be the pick right there if you trade for, if that's a trade. If they trade George Pickens, then we're taking a receiver first round.
Yeah.
And then maybe third. Well, and then definitely getting, if you're trading Pickens, that means you're getting the second round pick back, and then you go defensive line.
Or quarterback.
I mean, I would take,
there's
no
good quarterbacks in this draft class, I don't think.
I wouldn't waste a high pick on a quarterback anyway. I would just go with what we got.
Draft Shedeur Sanders.
I don't want that.
No, I don't want that.
I don't want that. And they signed this big dude from look at that guy. I can't even pronounce his name.
He looks like a child star from that grew up.
Yeah, he looked like Different Strokes. What's up, Willis?
Or little, he'd be on the cover of a Little Debbie's or some sort of candy.
He's a defensive lineman, Daniel Uruke, 31 years old, free agent who started all 16 games. Well, no, I'm sorry. Not all, because there were 17. 16 games for the Patriots last season. But my problem with this guy is he's older. That's my problem. He's in his mid 30s. So that'll be depth. Because he's not going to be. That's not very. I mean, he looks like. Ew, what you talking about? Crazy. What you talking about, Willis?
It looks like it looks like confused there, like
that, or he's just like lost, or he's like someone ate his Cheerios or something. I don't know. But hey, look, he's a Steeler now, and hopefully, and we also signed somebody today, another defensive tackle. Oh my God, I'm going to murder this one.
Are these names from Kane and Peele?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no.
Remember Kane and Peele?
The Harold Washington Brownstone, Sonoma University. Yeah, that's
Peter Smith-Olophagus.
Yeah,
Northwest Missouri State. Fitzgerald Cunningham.
Richard Chimney Sweeper Johnson from Caltech University. I can't even pronounce that. Ezil Otamoa. Oh my God.
That's like an African name. That's
I don't know. Well, he's a former Jacksonville Jaguar.
Nigerian
signed
or something.
1-year contract. He's 26. He adds some depth to the D line. Now
he looks mean. The last guy didn't look mean. It looked like he wanted like a snack cake.
Yeah, he had 4 tackles, 1.5 sack, 1 fumble recovery in 4 games for Jacksonville this past season. So that's all he is depth. Depth. Because he didn't do much. Let me get to some of these comments. Oh my. 31 is it mid-30s?
Brian's right.
Okay.
Wait, go back.
Wait, where am I going here? Let me go. Let me start off with Athens. Drafting a quarterback early is stupid. We can't develop him.
True.
Devil says,
yeah, I like the kid from Louisville better.
Okay. And Craig was walking his dog in Evansburg. Somebody had a Browns. 31 isn't mid-30s. I'm sorry. Chloe's in the house. Thank you, Chloe, for coming on in. Hoodie doubles his dog shit bag, Craig. Jackson Dart is laying on their laps in the third round. They'll take him. Okay, I can agree with that. If Dart is there in the third round, they'll take him.
Yeah.
Or in the second round, if they get a second round, if they trade Pickens and have a second round pick, they'll take him because I think they're going to be running scared. Like scared. I don't know. All this drama on quarterback and stuff is just ridiculous.
Are you guys tired of it? I'm tired of it. I want them to make a decision. I want something to happen.
There's no decisions being made, though. I mean, Afton says the Patriots guy we got is a good run stopper. Good, because we need something. So, hey, Tom, what's happening? So, yeah. So, I mean, we got 3 defensive free agents in less than 24 hours. Depth is in a couple of that spots. I think the safety from Cleveland, because he had won a Super Bowl at Kansas City. So I don't think he didn't like Cleveland because I saw his wife, go buy balloons and shit, and getting ready. So, I mean, we'll see. Burns still says about trading for Joe Milton. Yeah, whatever happened, happens. I think every year. Last year was the receivers. This year, every year it's another drama something, I'm guessing. I don't know. What do you think, Shane?
I think Khan's going to pull some master move, and we're going to be like, jaws are going to drop, and we're going to have a lot to talk about. And I think what I think is going to happen is, I think Pickens is the key to this. Whether they move up in the draft or if they, but worst case, if he sticks around, you have 2 good receivers. But how productive will Pickens be? Is there going to be enough rock to be thrown around?
I think Metcalf is going to take him in the locker room and kick the shit out of him. I really think that. I think there's going to be a receiver dominant superiority. Metcalf is a beast. He's not going to put up with Pickens' shit. And because you got 2 alphas, and he's way more alpha than George Pickens is.
Yeah, George Pickens too. Alphas don't show up at 20 minutes on late. An hour and a half late on Christmas. 20 minutes before the game.
No, Afton says, I hope so. George P needs it. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it'd be like Survivor Series or something. There's nobody
not blocking and that kind of horse shit. Just come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if he stays or he goes. I mean, to me, if they trade him, and the thing is, like yesterday we talked, he was sitting there with that picture with Tom Brady. I don't have that picture, I don't think. Maybe I'll look for it here. I don't know. He had that. Oh, there it is. I do have it. Picture. I do have it.
That looks superimposed.
Yeah, I think it does. But look at it. I mean, it looks like they're hanging out watching cars go by. Hey, Tom.
You want to look at the sunrise?
Hey, Tom. How's the single life without your wife anymore?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom. Was it really? How was it? When you were on TED 2, how was that? Was that a real talking bear?
Tom, what's your favorite crayon to eat?
Yeah. Well, if he goes to the Raiders, we get good something. We're not getting Mark Weldon. That's not happening. And
I don't think that's going to happen, Daredevil.
You really do. I don't know.
Kelly. Haven't seen Kelly in a while. How you doing, Kelly?
Warren is going to be. You know what? He has to stay healthy.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, we're good. Hey, Cal, how you doing? And then also, running those screens out of the backfield would be great this year coming, because Mason's going to have to do some check down. He's going to throw in the middle of the field, And look, if Mason Rudolph gets 3,300 yards, say he gets 20 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, we're already a winner. I don't know how far, Burns says, okay, I'm okay with that.
Burns and I are on the same page with that.
Well, there's something when somebody's on the same page as Burns, that's something. But hey, I wanted to say this before I forget, because sometimes I will forget. Where's it at here? I wanted to. Well, that's not what I'm doing.
World beater.
Where I'm at. Yeah, I'm gonna. Let me see here. I gotta do the share the screen. Stay with me, people.
So I'm pretty excited for the season to get started, just so we can, or hell, at least watch what's happening in the summertime with in Latrobe.
Let me see here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but let me see if I can put this on.
No, I can see it fine.
Okay, but the reason why I'm doing this is my wrestler, guy who's been on my Triple B Experience site when we do our wrestling picks, Chris Coleman, the world beater, actually wrestled Saturday night, and he wrestled, and while he was pushing off, he tore his Achilles.
That's behind your knee, right, Bubba?
It's behind. It's Achilles tendon, like right by his ankle or whatever.
Oh, back there.
Yeah. So what happened was he still wrestled the whole wrestling match.
Crazy. Tore
down the whole goddamn ring.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then he found out that this is not looking too good. I did a GoFundMe for him, started yesterday. In less than 24 hours, we almost got the goal. As you guys can see, the green is almost, this is an older picture. He's probably 80% of reaching that goal. He's there at 80. And I just wanted to put it out there. He's a hell of a guy. He's also my booker for my wrestling company, the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. And he's going through, insurance, being down for 6 to 8 weeks. It's kind of shitty, but I just wanted to, get the word out as I can. Chris is a hell of a guy. I know this is a Steelers show, but Chris is a hell of a guy. And it's a shame that what happened. And he's one tough hombre to wrestle with a torn Achilles or whatever happened, and then still tear down a ring and load it up. Crazy. Thanks, Cal. So I got that out there. And also, I also want to say real quick, this is not football related, but I actually did an interview with ECW World Heavyweight Champion Rhino. It'll come out at 12 o'clock tomorrow noon. It was almost an hour, and he was great. And I have another surprise, but I'll say that tomorrow. But it's nice that I got an interview with a guy. He was a 2-time WWE Tag Team Champion with Heath Slater. He had over 40 championships in his career so far, and he owns his own marina in Detroit, in Michigan. Not Detroit, but in Michigan. That's what he does. He owns his own marina for boats. So it was kind of interesting interview, and you guys can catch it all on the Triple B Experience. So, okay, now back to football.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know. Football's ramping up here in Western Pennsylvania. Kids in high school are starting to work out. They're going to start doing conditioning, some practicing. The kids that aren't playing baseball are. It's an all year thing in Western Pennsylvania, much like
it never used to be
in Florida, and California. Pennsylvania years ago was the hotbed. Remember that movie with Tom Cruise, All the Right Moves?
Yeah, that coach was a prick.
That was a good movie, right?
That was the coach. Wasn't that Craig T. Nelson was the coach?
T. Nelson.
Yeah.
So that pretty much was the hotbed. That's why Penn State and Pitt were so phenomenal, because Florida and Texas hadn't come into their own. They still had some good players. Texas and Florida and Georgia now are the hotbeds of college football, or for college football kids to get drafted in to college, or recruited to college and then drafted from college. So it's nice that Western Pennsylvania is back on the upswing, and Ohio is too. So I just don't know. It doesn't translate like it did, because Chuck Noll went out and knew that Lambert was playing at Kent State. He had, you didn't have the internet. You didn't have these guys going out and have these pre-draft mock draft.
Well, you know what happens back then, though. The Steelers scouts, none was a great scout, and he held that information back because that's how they got John Stallworth.
Right.
Because they had all the tape and stuff, and they didn't send it out to anybody. They were supposed to, and they kept it to themselves. And, Stallworth was such a grab, and that whole draft class of 74 is unparalleled. I don't know of any other draft class and any other team that had had those Hall of Famers and had those star athletes in that one class.
Now, can you think of the last time the Steelers had a guy that was a diamond in the rough? Like Polamalu, they kind of knew was going to be good. Kevin Green, I don't think they knew was going to be as good as he was. James Harrison
got cut 5 times.
He was
five times with the Steelers. He was cut 5 times.
He was probably the very last guy just to come out of nowhere and just be phenomenal.
Well, they had a thing that I was looking at the other day of the top 25 Steelers. Okay. And it wasn't it wasn't ranking.
No.
But Harrison was in there. And then they had one where the Steelers were number 1.
We played with that on the show.
Yeah, and then I think the other one, number 1 was number 2 was Troy Polamalu. And number one was Ben Roethlisberger on this one.
Yeah. You know what I saw in my feed this week, and you guys can probably remember this. I'm trying to think of who it was. Was it Bud Dupree that hit Pat White when Pat White was the quarterback for the Dolphins? Hit him so hard he quit playing NFL football. You remember
that? I'm not sure. Yeah,
it was a regular season game. Pat White ran around the right side, missed James Harrison, got away from him, and then Bud Dupree just laid wood and just almost took his head off.
Tom says he did. I was watching some stuff on highlights of the Steelers playing Kansas City and just destroying them. Mm-hmm. And I think it was the year before they drafted Patrick Mahomes or something. It was a Sunday night game, and they just beat the tar off of these guys because Travis Kelce got a touchdown in the 4th quarter. But the Steelers secondary was just guys that they weren't the best of the best. And it was just Ben was throwing touchdowns to Antonio Brown. And, it was Matt Moore. Oh, that was a playoff game when we beat Miami. Because I'm telling you, if we don't win a playoff game here pretty soon, it's going to be a decade. That's the biggest concern. That's to me, that's the biggest concern, not winning a playoff game. I didn't say we had to go win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, come on, we need to win. We should have, and Tomlin, all those, I don't think it's like if Russell Wilson would have beat Lamar Jackson, that would have been a premier quarterback that we actually beat because, Alex Smith and Matt Moore and who was it? I can't remember who was the Cincinnati quarterback.
Do we have the schedule for next year? Is it available?
No, there's no. It's just they just have the away. They just have the away and the home. There's no schedule out yet. They won't do the schedule until oh my God, after the draft and stuff.
As soon as we get that schedule, guys, we're going to sit down way too early. We're going to go through that and highlight some games that you just can't miss.
Well, they're all not missed games because we'll be streaming them. Because I took off every Sunday, which was crazy. Since I didn't, since I'm still didn't move up the corporate chain. I have to take off. Ha 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 ha. But anyway, yeah, I have all that stuff, and we'll be streaming. I want to go down to Latrobe.
Mhm.
We're gonna do a draft show, of course. And that'll be
Look,
huge.
Bubba,
And
I want to throw this out. Now, I haven't asked Bubba this, chat, so just hear me
okay.
out. Bubba's hearing this for the first time. What would you think of doing at least a couple hours of the draft show from like a bar? Get a bar to sponsor us.
Well, I think this the website, the Sports Survival thing is actually going to try to do that.
Because there's
So
a couple places. There's a place called Steel City. It's a bar on 422. There's a place called the Steel Mill. It's like a little.
I mean, I did one time real quick, like brief stuff at Al Patty's in Indiana. It was the first game of the season. Me and Tammy went up, and I did like video stuff off Facebook Live off my phone, but nothing like McFadden's.
Nah,
I don't think they didn't. I don't think they didn't want us to do any of that stuff.
No.
Fuck, Hayden couldn't even fucking sit there and get a drink of Coke.
Yeah, it was rough.
I know. So no, I'm cool with anything, Shane. Really, I mean,
no, I threw it out there. Maybe the chat would like it because it would have to have a headset, have to have maybe those little fuzzy mics, get some gear.
Yeah. Because then you're trying to watch the game. You know what I mean? Because it's different when you're in a bar. Because then you won't be able to hear it because people are cheering and then the volume's up. You know what I mean? That'll be crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'll do whatever. It's a new year. It's a new adventure.
How we could do it, how we could watch it, or I don't know. It's going to be different.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure something out. But
it's been a light week, so there wasn't much for us to talk about. We didn't get into
it's just still the same craziness of a quarterback or second string quarterback, or are they going to get somebody for a first string, or they're going to keep Mason Rudolph? I mean, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they're not doing nothing. They're not. It's like a poker game where they're not showing their hand.
It's unfortunate because I think they're resting on their laurels and just City of Champions. Well,
you can't sit on that too long because everybody I've talked to is like, it's time to like, it all starts with Tomlin. Everybody I've talked to, it's not like I'm going out and saying, hey, you know what I mean?
People were saying that when I was, remember I came on the show, said I just went to Eden Park. Random strangers don't even look like they watch football are talking about Tomlin.
Yeah, I mean, I think they botched the Justin Fields thing. I don't think he wanted to come back when he got pulled when he was 4-2, and he figured I'm just going to go somewhere else because if they say I'm going to start, they could do that again and they could pull me out like they did before. And what have you? Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be crazy. We'll see. This will be an exciting year to see how it goes. Is the standard mediocrity, which it has been,
it's been pretty rough.
Yeah, and he should have got the guaranteed starting spot. I believe Justin Fields
is a nice. If they wouldn't have traded for Metcalf, I would be jumping on my desk right now, screaming and having a fit, not wanting to talk Steelers.
Well, that's all they got. I mean, I'm telling you, trading for Metcalf, it's like driving a Lamborghini with the shitty tires.
Or straight rims. I mean, it's rough because I think Rudolph will be able to throw the ball.
I think Rudolph will be adequate, and he's not a franchise quarterback.
Now, what level, Bubba? Is it Mark Malone level, Tommy Maddox, Tommy
Maddox. The greatest comeback in Steeler playoff history was by Tommy Maddox.
Yeah.
And Big Ben never would have got a start if Tommy Maddox wouldn't have got hurt. He wouldn't have started that whole year. And that team behind Ben at that time was strong defense and a great running game. So it was, Tommy Maddox had all that. You know what I mean?
Russell Wilson had when he won his championship, and
when they had the Legion of Boom.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well,
Marshall Lynch.
I just think we have to come out and we just have to, be 4-2 in our division or 5-1. If we could sweep them, God bless America. and then, go from there. I mean, Cincinnati spent $300 million on 3-4 people, and they got nothing. So it's going to be a shootout.
Bills are going to lose a few players, and Ravens look to be strong, but we'll see what happens.
Well, the Ravens, they always do what they think they're going to do, but they don't. But that ass beating that they gave us still is sulked in my cranium and crawl, and I'm ready to, strap up and, stop the run. And maybe we get another running back in free agency too. I'll take another running back in free agency, and I'll take another. Well, I'll take that too, and I'll take another receiver, another known receiver. But also too,
what we're going to do next week, guys, is probably going to start looking at the mock draft.
Yeah. Let's do a mock draft. Well, we were going to, because we're going to be looking at some stuff defensive line on the other show Tuesday. So let's do a mock draft because it's a couple weeks before draft. April. We're a couple more, 3 more weeks, 4 weeks. By the time I get quit shredding papers, the draft will be here. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah. So that's what we'll do next week. We'll try to do maybe a simulated draft, mock draft. Maybe we'll do. You know what? We'll do one, no trades, and another one with some trades.
And in the chat, you have to tell us if you agree or disagree with that draft. If you want someone different, and then we'll tally those up too. So it's going to be interactive. It's not going to be just pontificating and reading shit.
No, we're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff. So, like I said, we're also sponsored by Mucky Duck Mustard. The code don't work no more, but we are sponsored by Mucky Duck. We're gonna get a hold of them to get some new mustard, and then we are part of the sportsrival.com family. So once they get our podcasts on, they have articles about Steelers draft, NFL. You guys can get on it. And if you guys like different sports, boom, there it is. We are on that website right now as we speak. So I got a couple more. Oh, Tom's down for that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I watched it last night. I'm not going to say
the kicker for next week. If you pick the correct player in the correct spot in a round, I'll put you. If there's more than one person that does it, we'll do a drawing. But I'll give you a Penguins hat, brand new Penguins hat.
Woo! There you go. It's still black and gold, baby. Still black and gold. There you go. Okay. Well, Shane, thank you so much. Talking Steelers football and talking stuff that we always talk about. So everybody, thanks for coming in and spending your Wednesday nights with us. And we are, like I said, 335. We're 15 subs away of getting one of them hats that are on Shane's head. Boom, boom. And we will do the giveaway, the Wheel of Destiny. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Devil. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do a couple shows more pop culture the rest of the week here. We'll see what's going on. I gotta watch some more stuff. But hey guys, thank you guys so much as always. Shane, have a great night. And everybody, be safe out there.
Good night, all.
And don't let your mouth overload your ass, unlike someone I know. Good night, everybody.